Hey everyone, this is the box for the Prism M280PU Super Normal Ultra HD LED monitor. It's 28 inches, it runs the resolutions up to 2160p, that's 4K, at 60 Hz refresh rate. It has two DisplayPort inputs, two HDMI inputs, and it runs at a 1 millisecond response time. The packaging inside was pretty basic. It included one HDMI cable, this cable right here, but no DisplayPort cables. So if you want to run it at DisplayPort, you'll need to have an extra one on hand from an old computer monitor, or you'll need to order a new one online. If you order one, they shouldn't run you more than $10. You don't need to get a fancy one, they all work the same. However, you do want to make sure it's not too long because the DisplayPort signal will deteriorate over the length of the cable. So 6 to 10 feet, something like that should be fine. It is a Korean monitor. So I got this one online for $200 at Amazon, but you can also buy it at other online retailers like eBay or Newegg, and it shouldn't cost you more than $200 to $300. If you can find it on sale for $200, definitely consider buying it because it is a very nice monitor. Because it's a Korean monitor, it needs a power adapter to plug into American power sockets, but it did include two of these adapters. They just plug right on, very simple. They just fit on the prongs and they hook up to your electrical socket, no problem. It only took a week to ship this from Korea. I was very impressed with the shipping speed, and it came in great condition. The screen was in perfect shape, there was no damage. And there were no dead pixels on my monitor either. There's a little bit of a backlight at the very bottom of the screen that bleeds through that you can see when the screen is totally black, but there's nothing really wrong with that in my opinion. The instructions that it came with are in Korean, and if you don't know Korean language, you don't need these instructions. However, the actual menu on the computer screen itself, it defaults to Korean, but it's very easy to switch over to English, and then you'll have no problem using the menu on the monitor. I'll show you that in just a second. Okay, this is the Prism 28-inch 4K monitor in action. It's just streaming some 4K video off of YouTube right now. It looks pretty good to me. The default color settings looked a little washed out, but with about 10 minutes of fiddling with the settings, I was able to see a remarkable improvement. I just turned up the saturation a little and lowered the brightness, turned on the ultra vivid options. It looks good to me. I don't think it passes the official HDR10 specs, but it does display a billion colors, and the image is very impressive for the price. Even at 28 inches, it's able to display plenty of detail, like hair, plants, little insects on the screen. So I think it's very nice. The only thing I don't like about it is the stand. The stand is pretty cheap and plastic, and it doesn't extend or rotate in any way, but it just screws on the back with 4 screws, and it's easy to replace with a stand that you prefer. I'll show you how to change the settings real quick. The menu buttons are on the bottom of the screen. It defaults to Korean language, but if you just hit the M button once to bring up the menu, and then use the little scroll buttons to go to the globe icon, and then you hit M again, and then M right away a second time to select the language. You can use the scroll buttons to cycle through the different languages. There's French, German, Spanish, Russian, Dutch, English, and then a few Asian languages. I think Korean and Japanese maybe. But you go to your favorite language, hit M one more time, and that'll select it, lock it in, and then you hit the S button to the left of the M button, and that will exit the menu. There's also a lot of different other options in the menu that you can play around with. The brightness and contrast settings. There's the ultra vivid display option that makes the colors pop a little bit more. You can change preset color effects and color temperatures. You can change the gamma setting. We can turn FreeSync on and off, so if you have an AMD video card, you can get a lot smoother frame rates and less screen tearing with FreeSync on. There's also a low blue light option you can play around with to make it easier on your eyes. Alright, here's the back of the monitor. Here's a stand. It's really easy to install or remove. It just takes 4 screws, screw them right in to attach it. Here's the inputs. It's got 2 HDMI, 2 display ports, and the audio out. Here's the power cable. It comes with a nice power brick, and like I said, it's got adapters that will plug in the cord to an American wall socket. Easy to mount to a VESA mount if you've got one of those and you want to attach it to the wall. The monitor itself weighs maybe like 5 or 10 pounds and is very thin. But yeah, for the price, this is definitely a bargain.